Check out the gem behind Lex Luthor, the villain in the Superman franchise, or the villain on the DC Universe side, I should say. That's short for the lexicon of Luthor. What did Martin Luther represent? Reformation. So this was the reforming of the capitalist, the reforming of the tycoon. Because through each age, the idea of the rich man gets reinvented. The rich man will represent one thing during the recession, another thing during the depression, another thing during inflation, another thing during deflation. The rich man, like a snake, will keep changing his skins to match the times, while the lower classes of people cannot. They die off in their attempts to adapt. This is Lex Luthor, and you have to continue to change the tycoon if you're on the powerful and oppressive side, because you don't want to see the rise in supermen and super women all over the planet. You really want everybody to be Clark Kent and Clarissa Kent. This is good for business if you're Lex Luthor. But supermen and superwomen will tear the whole thing down and even out the playing field. Will wrestle the wealth from the 2%. Let me ask you this. What color is Krypton? What color is kryptonite? That's right. It's green. A green killer. When we were crossing over into the 2000s on this time scale, what were they preaching all over the world? Go green. You see the similarities? See, the comic books, while they're fictitious, they're still being used as psychological tools and propagandist instruments to subvert, supplant, and continue to suppress lower classes. But if you can decode the gems, and if you can stand back and look at it for what it really represents, you'll see how all of these things are parallel to society. So what am I saying? Be supermen, be superwomen, because Lex Luthor is going to keep changing. You know, now it's Lex Luthor in this age now, in the 2020s. What does he got? Machines doing what? Manual labor. So the human being is being moved further and further away from the cash, further and further away from the wealth. You know, at first it was just his kind or his people taking up the jobs. Now is not even people taking up the jobs at all. You know, the only options left for you is to stand until your feet are swollen, move boxes until your back is out of alignment. These are your options. There's almost no more cashiers now. You know, and even in other countries, the people who are stocking the shelves are not even in the store. They're at home remotely controlling a robot. Now, this sounds cool and technologically snazzy, but take it from a person who's worked from home for a couple of years before. There is a psychological strain and a major human disconnect that comes with not separating your work life from your home life. If your work life is in your home life, there's gonna be a disconnect that you won't be able to identify until you're a different person. You will become more mechanical, more machine-like. I was biting the bait every time. We need somebody to log on for extra hours. Anybody want to do overtime? Me, I'm at the house already. You do this for a couple of years before you even realize you burnt out. And you're almost mad at the money you're making because you know you can't get the time back. That's how Lex Luthor plays the game.